everybody. It is March 24th, 2022. I'm Matthew, and we are the Scoops. So I just got home just a little bit ago from work. I ain't gonna lie, I'm exhausted. It has been a day. So I was actually going to do something else for today, but I fell through, so I decided, you know what? You've all seen this back here. I might as well actually walk through it and actually talk about what's actually growing in here. I know I've mentioned a few things, watermelon and cucumbers and such, but I haven't actually taken a walk like through the garden, like a tour, I guess you could say. So we'll start with that. Now, some of this stuff isn't doing so hot. I know I mentioned this a couple times too. The weather's just been really all over the place, and now it's no different. It's been in the mid to high 80s. By this weekend, it's supposed to be into the mid to high 90s. But then, like next Tuesday, it's supposed to be in the 60s. I mean, it's just all over the place. So some of these plants aren't really liking all that too much. Starting with my poor bell pepper plant. I'm going to go ahead and show you. Still hanging on. Got some green coming, like new growth coming in. But this poor thing. It's just been hanging in there. I mean, by a thread. It's it's something else. Now, another one I've got that's actually doing pretty well right now. I've got a couple of rosemary plants. My thyme is actually starting to have some issues, but the rosemary is doing just fine. Here's the thyme. It's kind of drying up like this right here, like not getting enough water. But then in this part here is just fine, so not quite sure what's happening here. We'll have to look into that a little bit more. Here's my little strawberries, and they're actually producing starting to produce a little fruit here. See right here. Now this stuff here is all over the place. It comes from that tree and those ones. You see all the yellow on them. Makes a mess everywhere. Now all of this right here is a combination of empty pots, failed experiments, seed starting that we did months ago that just never took off. This is my hodgepodge workstation. And we'll start from over here. So this is my little squash right here. And you see right here, it's just squash. And I plan on having this one actually grow up a little fence line here. Here's my basil. So I've got sweet basil and purple basil. And they seem to be doing alright for now. The purple basil is not looking super hot, but it's doing okay. The sweet basil actually looks good and healthy. It smells awesome too. That one will probably be moving as other things that I want climbing up this fence line will go. But here's my zucchini. Now this thing is actually getting quite large. It was actually smaller than the squash over there, so it's actually doing pretty decent. Something much not here, so I'm gonna have to watch out for that. And these haven't started to sprout yet, so all these at the end here are beans and peas. So this is what is this? This is cow peas. Then we got different beans and peas on these outer ones here that haven't started to sprout yet. So there's really not much to show you there. Broccoli, of course you've seen this one. This one's about to get pulled. It's about at the end of its deal. This is what broccoli looks like when you just let it go to flowers. It's actually kind of... This one I have a feeling is about to start I don't think this is going to head up much more. Been getting too hot. And of course my 4 lettuce is just romaine. And this one's about done. These ones are still kind of hanging in. Again, I think it's because it's too hot. That's also broccoli there. It's just same as this one here. We got broccoli there. Now this one, I probably should have pruned it. This is my red hot chili pepper. So you see, it's got some more flowers going here. Some more that are about to flower here. I've never grown peppers other than the bell pepper that I showed you earlier, the poor little thing. So I haven't really looked into pruning it, and I probably should, because I have more peppers right here. And I have some peppers that have started. Now, over here, I've got my tomato plants. So I've got summer sandwich, Cherokee purple, and red beefsteak on this side. And I've been kind of pruning the bottoms here. So what I want to do is have them grow up the trellis here. We'll get onto the other side. Those are cherry tomatoes, 2 different types over there. This is my cantaloupe, and it's still doing pretty good. It was tiny when I moved it out here. Might have actually been not quite ready, but it's still here and it's still doing its thing. Same thing, I want that to grow up this trellis. And of course, watermelon. Now this is a black diamond, and it's still doing it pretty well too. And again, it was also tiny when I moved it out here. This is my cauliflower. Now it never did head up. I don't know that it's going to. Again, I think it's just too warm out here. I should have done this just before it actually got cold here. Now, I might have gotten something out of that. The cauliflower and the broccoli, and of course soon the lettuce, will be swapped out with some of the seed starts I've got going inside. Which, that was in a different video. I'll leave a little card up in the corner here somewhere. Now these poor little things, this is my Brussels sprouts. And this is about as good as they've gotten. And I think again, it's kind of the same thing. It's just been too hot. And it just keeps getting hotter. This is more cauliflower. Same thing, didn't hit up, didn't really do anything. And again, I think it's just too hot. Here's my cherry tomatoes. We have a sun sugar, which is a yellow, and a husky cherry red, which is just, well, just that's a little red tomato. Pinch those off. Here's cucumber, which of course I want to grow up the trellis here. Here's some more that's going to be done here soon. So these are beets, back here in the back. And then this is my spinach, which is going to be too hot for. I should have actually pulled that one. That is, look at that. And then there's another cucumber. Now this one's not doing quite as well as the other one, but I think it'll be just fine. Again, so this is a royal burgundy pea or bean. This is a blue cake bush bean, and these are the sugar snap peas. Now the sugar snap peas generally, I believe, like it colder too. They probably won't do much, but I wanted to get them in the ground. And then both of these big ones here, this is onions. This is the newer one that we just did. And then this is the first one. You can see they're starting to really kind of come up here. I hope you can kind of see those. And this is a combination of red onion, a sweet onion, and a white onion. We got from Dixondale Farms. These are probably coming in pretty good here soon. And that's really it. That's what I've got growing at the moment. Now, like I said, the broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and lettuce. And then, of course, the spinach and beets will be coming up here really soon. I have a feeling this weekend, being in the mid to high 90s, is going to really do some of them in. I'm going to start working on getting some kind of a shading going on here soon. I'm going to need that for this summer, almost guaranteed. If not this weekend, maybe the weekend after. We'll see what happens. I'll start working on that. Otherwise, thank you for coming along and see what I've got growing here. And remember, if you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, ring that notification bell if you're interested in seeing more content. At the moment, I am uploading daily, and I'll just keep doing that until I have a reason not to. Eventually, I'm going to take a break. We'll see how long that takes, though. I've been doing this every day since the beginning of March, so this will be my 24th upload. And at the time of this video, we were actually up to 86 subscribers, so thank y'all for that. That's just amazing. I mean, every day I look at it and there's just more and more of you, so I really appreciate that. Otherwise, thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.